All right. Well, good evening, everyone. I'm Bette McCarthy, and I wish to call the meeting for the Barnstable Old Kings Highway Historic District Committee. I wish to call it the meeting together. So this meeting of the Old Kings Highway Historic District Committee is being recorded and broadcast on the Town of Barnstable Government Access Channel. In accordance with Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 30A, Section 20, the chair must inquire if anyone else is recording this meeting, and if so, they need to make their presence known. So is anybody recording? All right, apparently not. All right. So to all persons deemed interested or affected by the Town of Barnstable Historic District Act under Section 9 of Chapter 470, Acts of 1973 as amended, you are hereby notified that a hearing will be held tonight on the applications listed on the agenda for April 24th, 2024. And we'd like to remind applicants and audience members that we are an elected volunteer committee following the guidelines of the Town of Barnstable Old Kings Highway Historic District Act. And any applicant or interested party who's aggrieved by any decision of this committee, they have a right to appeal the decision to the Old Kings Highway Regional Historic Commission. We ask that during this evening's proceedings, cell phones be turned off and conversations other than those before the committee take place outside of this remote meeting. When an applicant is called, we ask that the applicant and all interested parties identify themselves. And lastly, as best practices for meetings that are held remotely, where we may not be able to visually identify who's speaking, well, we ask all committee members and participants to identify themselves before making any motion or comments. Online audience members wishing to participate during the public comment section of the hearing can use the raised hand button to notify the chair. Dial-in audience members wishing to participate in that section of the hearing should press *9 on their phones to notify the chair. All participants will be muted and you must be recognized by the chair in order to participate. So our first order of business this evening is to roll call attendance. So I plan to do that now. George Jessup.
Present.
Wendy Shuck.
Present.
Ryan Caholen.
Present.
And Leslie Wallace.
Present.
Very good. Thank you very much. So our next item is we have a continued application for Christy and Stephen Carey, 302 Church Street, West Barnstable, map 153, parcel 009/001, built in 1948, to add a second floor dormer and 16 by 30 addition to the south facing elevation. And I believe the applicant has made some modifications on their application. And also we have the public hearing for this particular application is already open. So we'd now like the applicant to discuss their project, please.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Steve Carey.
Oh, thank you. I think you were muted.
Yes.
Christy Carey.
We were gonna do an addition on the front of the house, but we figured that was not.
You're a little hard to hear. Yeah, sorry.
One addition on the front of the house, and that's what we changed. We wasn't gonna do it on the rear of the house now. No, just to make it everyone happy.
Well, also, can I make an addition? We also changed our mind because after thinking about it further, we decided that it would be a better view for us and more beneficial to go look at the back of the yard than look at just no view from the front.
So we're pretty much coming off the rear of the house 14 feet. Then you have front porch and adding a rear deck. And enlarging our bedroom. And enlarging our kitchen.
Right.
And it's the same shape that the house is now, it's really just moving it back.
Right now, our master bedroom is very small. We only have one full bath. So we have two other children living here. My older son, who's 26, and our stepson also who lives here with us.
Okay. Would the committee like to make some comments regarding this revised plan for 302 Church Street?
Yeah.
Wendy, would you like to discuss this?
Yeah, I just had a couple of questions and some comments. So, so you're not going to be putting a dormer on the front, right? I
No,
think the original plan had a dormer, so that dormer's coming off, right?
it's gone, that's gone.
Yeah. Okay. And then in the plan, like this brown, that's not like a retaining wall. That's just part of the picture, right?
That's just extending the foundation onto the new section.
Okay. Okay.
No.
And then the materials, will they match the existing house, what you have today, or anything different about the
No,
materials?
we're match existing, we're hoping to go with like a shingle shake that matches exactly what we have now. They have some good ones out there now.
I couldn't hear, you're hard to hear, yeah.
We're hoping to change the shingles to like a siding, a vinyl that has the Cape Cod shingle look. There's a lot of nice ones out there now, I don't know if you've seen it.
So it'll be a shingle look
A
anyway?
shingle look, yes.
Okay, all right. Okay, that's it for me now, Bet, for my
Okay.
questions. Yep,
Sure. Thank you, Wendy.
yep.
George, would you like to comment?
Yes. Why the single lights in the elevation on screen right now?
Just for furniture placement in the bedroom.
It's over the beds?
Yeah, the beds and the dresses and stuff, so.
All the other walls are either doors or windows.
So those are the only windows you have?
Yeah, well, the front would have a window and the back will have like,
If we want
A
to,
window.
still have some natural light.
so see, there's one there, window there, and then there's gonna be, you go to the front view.
Do you have access to a deck, a door, or
Not off of that.
a large window?
Nope, not off of that, no.
On our current house, that's the deck right now. We're making that a room.
Building department's not going to let you do that because you need to be able to get in, and the fire department needs to be able to get in, and you need to be able to get out. And that means
Yeah,
there's
but
a certain size window required, either that or a door.
No, there's those, the windows are on the side, I don't know if you saw them.
You have windows on the side of
Right
the
there,
bedroom?
those are large windows. There's one here and one on the other side.
Well, they'll decide which is, whether they're big enough. So I'll leave that up
I mean,
to.
I'm not against on the rear putting a door here. Small
The-
platform instead of stairs.
If the window
window
has to be a certain size, that's all I'm saying. And you have to have a window sill no higher than 40 inches. So they will review that and decide.
And like I said.
Those over the bed windows are generally not a good idea. You're far better off with a window alongside the bed or between the beds.
All right,
That's a good idea.
that's
So that's
thank you.
one of the that's one thing that I object.
Yeah, it's a good,
I think is inappropriate.
okay, thank you.
We could put right.
And other than that, I don't see anything that is objectionable or inappropriate. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, George. Leslie, would you like to comment on this revised plan?
Yep, I know the house. Not far from me, and I'm glad you've switched it. It would have been very close to the road if you had have done your original. So I like where you've placed it now on the other side. And I bet you'll like it a lot better because you'll have a nice woodsy backyard.
Yeah,
Can I ask you, okay, the one we're on now, is there a deck coming out of the addition? I see something, I'm not quite sure. Yeah, right
Yes.
there.
On the rear, yes.
So you have your addition and
Yeah.
then you're gonna have a deck.
Correct.
Okay, all right. Oh, that's okay, okay. You're going to use, you've clapboard now in the front.
The house
And,
is- The house is actually all shingle right now.
oh, okay, so the addition's gonna match what you, because I'm having trouble hearing you. The
Yeah, there's
addition's gonna,
shingles on the house now, we're gonna match that.
okay, all right, that's all I need. Good, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Leslie. Ryan, would you like to comment?
Yeah, I think the switch to the back makes a lot of sense. As far as the small windows, I mean, it's not visible from the road. So, I'm familiar with the house and the location. I think with like materials to match existing, I think it's appropriate.
Thanks, Ryan. And this is Bette McCarthy. My comments are, had I not visited the house and the property, I would have had a hard time visualizing this, but I really think the revised plan is much more appropriate and that you're matching all the materials. I think that's fine. So I don't have any other comments. And
I have one more. thing.
is there anybody in the public wishing to make a comment regarding this application?
Here, this is Erica Brent. I don't see anyone in the public wishing to make a comment on this item right now.
There isn't, no? Okay, great. All right, so let's close the public hearing portion of this application.
Sure, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to close the public hearing.
Ryan Caholen, I'll second.
Thanks, Ryan, and a roll call vote. George Jessup,
Aye.
Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
Ryan Caholen,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
and Bette McCarthy, aye. So now may we have a motion regarding to approve this project?
Sure, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to approve the certificate of appropriateness application for Stephen and Christy Carey, 302 Church Street, West Barnstable, map 153, parcel 009/001, built 1948, as submitted in the revised plan.
Ryan Caholen, I'll second.
Thank you, Brian. And a roll call vote. George Jessup,
Aye.
Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
Ryan Caholen,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
and Bette McCarthy, aye. So thank you very much
Thank
and
you.
good luck with your
Everyone.
project,
Thanks.
okay? All right, our next application is for Judith Carol O'Connor, trustee of 70 High Street, West Barnstable, map 133, parcel 028/001, built in 1988, to replace the sign. And we need to open a public hearing on this application.
This is Wendy Shuck, and I move to open the public hearing.
Brian Caholen, I'll second.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. George Jessup,
Aye.
Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
Brian Coleman,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
and Beth McCarthy. Aye. So may we see this application for the replacement sign? I do not believe the owners will be here tonight, but I think the sign is pretty self-evident,
I like
and
it.
it's just a replacement.
Chair, this is Erica Brown. Yes, the applicant could not be here tonight. But he wanted to let you know that this is a replacement sign. There originally was a bed and breakfast here. And when the bed and breakfast had sold the home, they had taken their sign with them. So they wanted to replace it because they thought the sign was neat. So it would be going in the exact same place using the post that is currently existing. And this would be the proposed sign.
Okay,
We
all
don't have-
right. Are there,
Pick that up a bit
let's-
so I can see the bottom dimension. How wide is it? 17? Not very big. Not very big. 1.5 feet wide. Yeah. I'm doing this.
Yeah, I have a street number sign in my lawn, and I think it's probably about that size.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
Right.
it's-
yeah, it's
for a
not too
street
big,
number
not
sign,
too,
that's pretty good size.
yeah.
You can see that at 45. Okay.
yeah, all right, George.
Thank you.
All right. Wendy?
Yeah, I think it's appropriate. It's not unlike other signs, house number signs that we see in the area. So I'm okay with it. No concerns.
Uh-huh. Ryan, what are your
Uh,
comments?
Take no exception. I think it's appropriate.
Okay, Leslie,
I think it's appropriate too. And as far as the sign, it's a private resident. It's big enough. It's a good size.
okay, thank you. And this is Beth McCarthy. I concur with the committee remarks and feel it's the replacement sign is appropriate. Do
Public.
we have anybody in the public wishing to make comments?
Chair, this is Erica Brown. I do not see anyone wishing to speak to this item at this time.
Okay, so then we'll need to close the public hearing portion of this application.
This is Wendy Shuck, and I move to close the public hearing.
Brian Caholen, I'll second.
Thanks. And a roll call vote. George Jessup,
Aye.
Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
Brian Coleman,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
and Beth McCarthy. Aye. So now we need a motion to
Approved.
approve this application for a sign replacement.
This is Wendy Shuck, and I move to approve the certificate of appropriateness application for Judith Carol O'Connor, trustee, 70 High Street, West Barnstable, map 133, parcel 028/001, built 1988, as submitted.
Brian Caholen, I'll second.
Thank you. Roll call vote. George Jessup,
Aye.
Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
Brian Caholen,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
and Beth McCarthy. Aye. So we have approval for that application. All right, those are the only applications that we have. And our next item is for a minor modification. We have Diane and David Munsell, 3075 Main Street, Barnstable, map 279, parcel 041, built in 2023, to change the case style gutters to 6-inch round with white downspouts, and to change the split rail fence line. This was approved, a certificate of appropriateness was approved in September 27, 2023. But there's a slight modification in the fence to a 6-foot cedar stockade fence.
Yeah. Where's the fence located, please? Is that facing Route 6A?
I believe it is, yes.
No. And it's 5 foot.
5 foot or 6 foot?
5 foot.
Five,
Okay.
okay.
There's
Well,
gonna be-
I have a problem with stockade fences.
Well, it's not a it's not a stockade fence. It's a cedar fence, just like the one on Phoenix Lane. It's a cedar, fence with a cap on top.
So it's a vertical board fence.
Yeah, there should be a photo.
Okay, vertical board, there's a big difference there. I appreciate the improvement in the appearance.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's,
yeah.
Slight additional cost.
Yeah.
I think it's much more appropriate than a stockade.
yeah.
This is,
Well, we were never going for a stockade. There was a split rail fence there, and it's not facing 6A. It's along the right of way that goes up to the rectory building.
okay,
Okay,
And there's 3 8-foot sections. It just hides, we have a generator there. It hides that back corner.
right.
And then there's a gate on the other side of the shed.
No, the vertical board fence is much more appropriate, much better looking.
Yeah, a little dressier. I like it.
I was gonna say a lot classier.
yes.
Yeah,
And there's only a slight increase in the price, so I appreciate them taking the effort. To the Munsells, good day. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the gutters, we're just going from this standard K style. We felt the half round, 6-inch half round were more appropriate with the look of the house and everything.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it stands out better, and of course, as long as the outer edge is below the fall line of the roof, it works better.
Yeah, and we took your advice, George, from the first time around. We're bringing the downspouts around the corner so they're not right under in the front. They go around the corner and down.
Yeah, that you don't want to make the downspouts the feature of the corner, and too
Right.
often it is. If you've got any kind of coin work or whatever, that corner boards, they take visual preference. Thank you.
Could we go to
Okay.
the map one more time? I just want to ask a question. Yeah, that one. Thank you. So the purple is where a split rail fence is going to go. There's not one there, right? But you're going to put a split rail there. Is that correct?
There was one there originally approved. There was a fence, a split rail fence from the shed parallel with the house, and
Yep.
then perpendicular. There was a 16-foot split. That was approved in 2019, I think. And then we took it down for construction. So now what we're going to do is put the board fence, and then that little yellow area will be arborvitae's, and then the split rail fence will come back. That way it won't block anybody's view.
I see.
in that parking area.
Okay, all right. So the split, there will be a split rail there, then arborvitae's, and then the 5-foot high fence. Okay,
Correct.
great. Okay, just want to be sure I understood. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Wendy. Ryan, do you have comments regarding this?
No comments. I think it's appropriate.
Yes, all right. And Leslie?
I like the fence. I like the downspouts or whatever the hell you want to call them. I think that looks a little bit more historic. So I'm fine with this. I think it'll look good.
Okay. Thank you. And this is Bette McCarthy. I think the fence proposed is totally appropriate. And with the arborvitae, it's going to be fine. And the house is coming along beautifully. It's a gem. So
Thank you.
I think we're all set. So we now need a motion to approve this minor modification.
Sure. This is Wendy Shuck, and I move to approve the minor modification application for Diane and David Munsell, 3075 Main Street, Barnstable, map 279, parcel 041, built in 2023 as submitted.
Ryan Cahola, I'll second.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. George Jessa,
Aye.
Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
Ryan Caholen,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
and Bette McCarthy, aye. So continue the good work on this property.
So much.
Thank
very
you.
much.
Yeah.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Bye-bye.
All right. Our next minor modification is for Sherry and Mark Romanowitz, 188 Marston's Lane, Barnstable, map 350, parcel 033, built in 1972. The modifications are proposed. The first floor bedroom located in the rear of the dwelling to include an increase of building footprint by 136 square feet. Add a bay window to the rear elevation, modify the roof configuration, and modify the window configuration. Is the applicant available to discuss this minor
Good evening.
modification?
Good evening, Mark and Sherry Romanowitz here. Thank you very much. So that first slide is the existing house, the originally approved plans of the front elevation. And you can see the two photos, the pre-renovated on the left-hand side and the post-renovated on the right. Just to give you a little background, this was approved, I think in 2021. And then this is a left-hand view of the house and the rear portion. So that's existing, what was originally approved, I'm sorry. The top was originally approved. And if you slide this up the plan sheet a little bit, you'll see the new proposed elevation change. That's all in the rear of the home. And we thought we got a little bit of time to review the plan, and we wanted to make some changes and improve the roof lines and the windows. The next page shows, let's see, the rear elevation facing from the backyard towards the back of the house. So that was the originally approved elevation with a single pitched roof extending out from the home. And this is the new proposed roof line and window configuration. And the last slide shows the right-hand side originally approved. And you can see the rear section is fairly simple for the first floor master. And then the next slide shows, I've highlighted what was completed. Obviously, it's all shaded in, and the proposed is shown in red, addition proposed. It steps back a little bit from the side of the house, so it's not one line along that large gable that's in the middle of the house. It's actually stepped in a little bit from the house, 3.5 feet, So it has some
Hmm.
offset. And that's all the change we'd like to make.
Okay. All right, very good, thank you. The committee comments, George Jessup, do you have any comments regarding this modification?
Roof pitches to match existing?
Yes, they're a 9-pitch, and that's what the existing house is.
Okay. And your materials are complementary as well?
Yeah, we're continuing the same siding and exterior trim details throughout, and roofing.
Okay. Windows, all other fenestration to match existing?
Yes,
Okay.
we installed new windows throughout on the first part of the renovation. We're gonna continue with those with the simulated divided lights with interior and exterior grille.
Okay. Works for me. Thank you.
All right, Wendy,
Yeah, I agree with George. Could we look at that, go down a little bit, that last elevation? So there's not gonna be any bigger windows on this side, on the addition, just those small little like quarter windows up top, is that right?
That's correct. That's the headboard wall for the first floor bedroom.
Okay. Good. And I'm glad this is step back. I think that was a good call, a very good call. But yeah, I think, it's the back of the house, the materials match. It certainly fits nicely with the style of the house and with the neighborhood, so no concerns for me.
okay, thanks, Wendy. Ryan, what are your comments?
No concerns, given it's matching existing. I agree with Wendy, actually. I think the step back is helpful. I think it's appropriate.
Thank you, Ryan. Leslie Wallace,
I think the step back is great. I think it'll look good. You can't really see. I like those little windows. It reminds me of that, what's the murder house? What do you call it? Amityville, whatever.
Oh.
I've always loved that, so thank you.
My daughter raised the
Okay.
same concern.
I love that. It's all, I'm gonna go by and smile every time I see it.
uh,
Love it.
great, Leslie. You always come up with a really great comment. Yeah, I think I concur with the committee remarks, and I think the modification is appropriate. So then we need to have a motion regarding this minor modification.
Okay, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to approve the minor modification application for Mark and Sherry Romanowitz, 188 Marston's Lane, Barnstable, map 350, parcel 033, built 1972 as submitted.
Ryan Caholen, I'll second.
Great. And a roll call vote. George Jessup,
Aye.
Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
Ryan Caholen,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Hi.
and Beth McCarthy, aye. So enjoy
Thank
your
you very much.
project. Very good.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right. Good night.
Good evening.
All right. For other extensions, we don't have any of those. We don't have any other items to discuss this evening. And we have the minutes of the meeting of April 10th. Have
I
committee
couldn't read-
members had an opportunity to review those?
I couldn't read them. It was too fuzzy. Seriously,
Okay.
I couldn't make out the letters. I had a very poor image. I
Oh,
tried to read them today and I couldn't read them. So,
all right.
Yeah, I could read them okay, but.
Wendy, yeah,
Yep,
Well,
yeah, I
like I
read
s-
through them. Yeah, I didn't have any edits or anything.
okay. Brian,
Concur,
Do you have
no edits.
No comments. All right. And Leslie,
Good to me.
all right. So then may we have a motion to, I can't comment because I was not at the meeting, so we need a motion to accept the minutes for the meeting of April 10th, 2024.
Okay. This is Wendy Shuck, and I move to accept the minutes from the April 10th, 2024 meeting as submitted.
Ryan Caholen, I'll second.
And
Get in your
a
car.
roll call vote. George Jessup,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
Ryan Caholen,
Aye.
Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
and Beth McCarthy abstained since I wasn't here. So our next meeting is on May 8th, and the one after that is May 22nd. And since there's no further business to conduct this evening, may we have a motion to adjourn this meeting?
Sure. This is Wendy Shuck, and I move to adjourn today's meeting Wednesday, April 24th, 2024.
Ryan Caholen, I'll second.
Thank you.
Oh,
And a
third.
roll call vote. George Jessup,
Aye.
Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
Ryan Caholen,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
and Beth McCarthy, aye. So we conclude the meeting, and we accomplished a lot this evening. So
Right.
thank you all very much.